All right, guys, I want to share with you my Nodus Retrospect 2 Vault Edition. So before we get into the watch, the Vault Edition actually is going to come with a certificate, and they'll do a certain amount of them. In this case, it's a 1 of 1 because I worked directly with them and kind of spec'd this out myself. I don't know. I'm assuming that's because of the channel, and I've helped them out with some other videos and sharing other watches, and I can just say that it's a very special watch to me. I really appreciate it, and I want to thank those guys personally for working with me and building this watch just the way I wanted it. It's very cool. I still did buy it. They didn't gift it to me, but the gift they gave me was the 1 of 1 and this special colorway. That's more important to me than just receiving a free watch. So anyway, this Vault Edition is one I'm going to talk about. They do Vault Editions. This isn't anything new. They've been doing this, and they'll do small runs, special colorways, or something like that. So if you're interested in trying to figure something out, make contact with these guys, Wes or Cullen, because they will potentially work with you on that. It's going to come with a warranty card, and on the warranty card, they do the 4 position. They show like what they registered as the regulation on it. It'll also come with a little microfiber cloth. This is the little pamphlet that comes in the box. You can see it's well laid out. Explains to you how to operate your watch for people that maybe don't know. This is kind of regular stuff for people that are, familiar with watches, but it's nice if you're fairly new into the hobby, or maybe you could be your first automatic watch or something like that. It kind of goes into detail. Now, I'm not sure if it comes with all the watches, but this was also included in the package. I've yet to open it. I've had Barton bands in the past. Well, it must be included with them all because it has their actual branding on there. So that's kind of cool. Nice collaboration with Barton bands and Nodus. So also in the box, this is a really nice simple packaging, but nice heavy duty. And then it's going to come with this canvas roll with a touch of leather on it. Pretty simple but effective if you do want to travel with it, and also for packaging. Now let's get into the watch, because I've been honeymooning with this thing. Like I said, partly because the Nodus Retrospect is the more affordable model in their lineup, but it's also really well built. And on top of that, this colorway, the yellow dial with the orange, slightly reddish minute hand there, that's from the limited edition 40 run that they did, where the proceeds from those sales were going to the fundraising for the virus and stuff like that. So I spec'd out that minute hand with this dial, and I think it looks phenomenal. So big thanks to those guys for doing that. I already talked about that. But so the watch, 40.5 millimeter case, no crown guards, nice size crown here. I believe that's a 7 millimeter crown, which seems to be a sweet spot in crowns. I know I'm starting to become a bit of a crown snob, which is a weird thing to be obsessed with, but after you've had so many watches, you can definitely identify a good crown and a bad crown, and the 7 millimeter seems to be a really good sweet spot for my index and thumb to operate. So 49 millimeter lug tip to lug tip. You can see it all polished on the sides, turned down lugs there, and it's also drilled for easy change out straps. 13.5 millimeter thick, slightly raised up double dome sapphire crystal there, you can see. And then you'll also notice the bezel actually slopes inward towards that, so it gives it a kind of a cool effect. 22 millimeter lug width here, and this H-link bracelet tapers down really nice to an 18 millimeter. And then it's all milled out clasp with 6 micro adjust. In the micro brand world, this is probably my favorite clasp system. I like to have that many micro adjusts, especially with an H-link bracelet, and then having the double pushers there. Very simple, and you're going to get a good fit. So case back, nice and smooth, very comfortable. Kind of like a circle brushing on there. A little bit of info there. You can see designed and assembled in Los Angeles. So they actually assemble the parts in Los Angeles. Stainless steel, water resist 200 meter, Nodus watches, very, very clean. You don't need much more information than that. And that gives you space. I could have done an engraving or something on there if I wanted to, but polished around the outside belly part of that screw down case back. So on the watch itself, you're looking at kind of a brushed ceramic bezel insert with lume. Like I said, it's kind of angled in. Nice coin edge bezel, matches the crown here as well. And then if you look at the dial, you can see it's a sandwich dial, multi-layer sandwich dial. So you have a really nice gloss yellow dial. You have your seconds, minute track on the outside, the Nodus logo, the name, and the Retrospect, and that's it. That's all you need on the dial. Very cleanly done. I like the triangles for the indices because, I like the Seiko Monster with a fang look. Pretty much any watch that's going to have the triangle or fang type indices is going to draw me in. That's just the way it works. I kind of just get drawn to it. Nicely done hand set. White seconds hand, very legible. And then that hour hand is polished, but it's almost like a black polish. It's so well done. Like if you get it in really good light, you can see that it's full polished like that. But basically, if you look at it like that, it almost looks like it's black. And then that blood orange minute hand is awesome. And then C3 lume everywhere on this guy. I think that's what they use on everything. We'll double check when we do the lume shot. But with that being a sandwich dial, maybe you picked up on it. If you don't know, on the Retrospect, where that date window is at the 6 o'clock, genius to do this, but it's you got the lume bit exposed around the outside of it. So instead of it being framed in, it's lumed on the lower part. So when we do the lume shot, it glows as well, and yellow date wheel. So every color they do in this watch, the date wheel is going to be matched to it. Just a phenomenal job on this. Well done indeed. All right, so bezel action, 120 click, clean, tactile, consistent feel all the way around. Everything lines up good, and it's just perfect. It's got a nice firmness to it, so it's not going to move on you or anything like that. You can see the bezels actually submerged down into the lugs a little bit, and then even where the end links of the bracelet meet to the case, there's a slight reveal of polish there. I like that, a little pop of bling there, because there's a lot of polish on this. And then the bracelet's pretty much all brushed, polished on the sides, but just a phenomenal job on this bracelet. This combo with this watch and this bracelet is an absolute home run. If you have not tried a Nodus Retrospect 2, whether it be new, I think the new prices on them are like $450. I'll put a link in the description. They're gonna have more colorways, and they're gonna put it out again here soon. They're just catching up and building them right now. But all of their models are actually really good. I gravitated towards this one because I like the sandwich dial. I like the indices, the way they're cut out, and this one just speaks to me. There's a ton of really good models from the brand though, for sure. Crown action on it, like I said, easy to operate, threaded in really good. Nice wind to it. It's a Seiko NH35 movement. And then, the first position is going to be for your date. And of course, you're going to be able to hack. A little bit of crown wobble, not a deal breaker. You can see the crown tube there is pretty sturdy and protrudes out. So screwing it back in, it's just really good. Signed crown as well. All right, let's get that lume shot, because I don't want to go too long on this video. This watch is, going to be around for a while. So if you guys have any questions or anything like that on this guy, you can be sure to ask me, and I'll try to let you know. So, yeah, killer lume. Just killer lume all the way around. You got to remember, these guys, Wes and Colin, they are, they're watch fans, and they're definitely like Seiko fanboys too. So they like the lume, like us lume junkies are going to be happy with a Nodus lume. And they like the good bezel action. They like, they like the same thing in their watches that most of us that are buying at this level really like in their watch. And they provide that for us at a, a really good price. I'm pretty sure the price on these new is $450. And that's, you're under that $500 mark, and you get all of that stuff. Plus you got that connection. You could reach out to them and talk to them, maybe meet them at one of the shows or something, like a worn and wound wind-up show, or I'm not sure if they'll do a Microlux, but they'll definitely do like a wind-up show, and they do their own little tour as well. So, and they have a podcast. They're like super immersed into the watch hobby for sure. They're everywhere. If you look, they're everywhere. So it's awesome to be able to reach out to them and get one of their watches and have that bonding experience with a brand and the brand owner for sure. So let me pop this guy on wrist real quick. I know I kind of did things out of order. I'm getting all excited about this thing. I've been wearing this since I got it sized up and stuff. This is the only watch I've been wearing for like a week now, pretty much. So excellent taper. I mean, H-Link is awesome. Taper on it is great. I like the clasp. I'm probably already getting some scratches on it and everything. And then that pop of yellow, just in the springtime especially, it's killer. It's absolutely killer. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next vid.